Reactor, fresh out of the trash compactor. You'll know me by now. It's your favorite England-born, somewhat Australian sounding Reactor. He's a big boss like Rick Ross. He goes harder than Slipknot. He's in permanent beast mode without even applying the cheat code, baby. He's so crazy. And he also refers to himself as a he. So that's interesting. But anyway, here we are for another reaction, man. What's going on, world? I hope everybody's doing good as we're starting to ease out of this lockdown. As I've been saying in previous videos, I won't force it down anybody's throat, but I just want to say Black Lives Matter. We're standing behind people of color. It's your time to get a little bit of shine. We already know that all lives matter, but your lives haven't felt like they're appreciated or like they matter or feel like they're on the same wavelength as everybody else's, if that's even the right way to word it. So just know we're thinking of you. There's actually a protest here in Adelaide, June 9th. So if anybody wants to take part in that, I'm going to be there too. It's at Victoria Square. Yes, it's going to be for George Floyd. It's going to show America that we're thinking of them, but it's also going to be about Australian lives, Aboriginal lives that have been lost unjustly at the hands of authorities too. And we're going to see if we can start making some change worldwide, man. But it's good that we all support each other. Now, on a worldwide scale, man, I take requests from people all over the world, and apparently I have viewers all over the world too, man. So I'm going to give back to you all at times. So I want to firstly shout out Eli Seth Hodge. He said, speaking of the title, he's talking about when I reacted to 5 Seconds of Summer's YUNGBLUD joint. Said, speaking of the title, would you be able to react to more YUNGBLUD, the artist? Said songs like Parents, Medication, and him and MGK did a song. So I decided to go with Parents because it was the first suggestion, and I will try and get to your other requests at another time. But if I don't get to them right away, like, feel free to just remind me, because obviously I'm going to try and give other people a turn as well. So, man, I'm going to put some mac on this cheese, man. Without further ado, we got YUNGBLUD. That's my boy. You know, he's from the UK too. And he's not living in Australia. I think he's still in the UK. Or is he in LA? I really don't know where he is. But this is a song called Parents. Let's have some fun with it, man.
I was born in a messed up century. My favorite flavored sweets are raspberry and amphetamines. I bought a carburetor at age 16. I brushed my teeth with bleach cause I ain't got time for cavities. My daddy put a gun to my head. Said if you kiss a boy I'm gonna shoot you dead. So I tied him up with gaffer tape and locked him in a shed. Then I went out to the garden and I fucked my best friend cause my...
See, I feel like some of this is probably somewhat fictional. Like, I don't know if he did gaffer tape his dad or whatever. But number one, I know where he's from. And he's from a grimy city in the UK, just like I am. So, you know, ish goes down in these cities. I'm just being real with you. It's not always pretty. But when he says that his father put a gun to his head and told him not to kiss another man, there's fathers out there that are like that, man. They will go to that extreme. I don't know how much of this is fiction. I think some of it's very much non-fiction. YUNGBLUD, you're talking some shit right now. And I meant to say ish. But you brought it out of me. It's your fault. You made me brush my teeth with bleach, too. That's your fault, too.
Because these people are so old. The way they think about it all. If I try, I would never know. My high hopes are getting low. But I know I'll never be alone. It's alright, we'll survive. Cause parents ain't always right.
That's right, man. It doesn't mean we should always discount them. It doesn't mean we should always discount the older voice. But at the end of the day, there's sometimes a big disconnect between the older generations and the current generations, right? And we got to all realize that progression is important. Like, you can't still be getting... I don't want any fathers in this day and age in 2020 to be telling their sons they can't kiss another man. Like, what's the logic behind it? Like, explain yourself. I can understand if you were in ignorance. You know, decades ago, you were in ignorance. It's just what was being fed to you. You know better. Okay. But come on now. Love is love, and that's the way it's always going to be. You know, that's how it's going to be no matter what your gender is, no matter what your race is, no matter what religion or you do or don't embrace. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm not here to get deep and political. Let's enjoy it. This dude's fun too, man. Let's be honest. Damn.
'Cause my
Wow.
hopes are getting low because these people are so old. The way they think about it all. If I tried, I would never know.
I appreciate you, Youngblood. I mean, I know that he's going to watch this reaction, but I'm just saying I appreciate you, my guy, because I just want to send that message out into the universe, because I get the feeling that, like, he wrote this. I really do, because it's too from the heart. It's too wacky for some average songwriter to just be able to brainstorm. I think life experience was needed to put this song together. And I think he's doing it in a quirky way, but I think the message is very serious. Like, I know we can laugh at how animated he was when the toaster was in the bathtub, but I can't believe that he's maybe tried to do something like that before. You know, for darker reasons, obviously. I like what he's doing right here, because it's kind of like what Eminem was doing with a song like The Way I Am, right? Although that was a really serious song, there was a lot of crazy stuff going on in that video. You know, he'd find wacky ways to kind of express himself and say, I'm fed up. You know, and Youngblood's obviously doing it with his own narrative, though. You know, growing up the way he grew up, with his challenges. I like it, man.
My high hopes are getting low, but I know I'll never be alone. It's alright, we'll survive, 'cause parents ain't always right.
Thanks.
Because these people are so old. The way they think about it all. If I tried, I would never know. High hopes are getting low, but I know I'll never be alone. It's alright, we'll survive, 'cause parents ain't always right.
Man, and let me just in case I need to do a thumbnail for this. Alright, let's go. I don't even know why I did that. Man, this dude actually has really good vocals too, huh? Because I know when you first said react to him, right? I was told react to him because he kind of does a mix of rapping and singing. But the thing is, he does both really well. I'm sorry to say with Ed Sheeran, I don't really like his rapping that much. He does sound like a college student that's just kind of talk rapping. And that's just because rapping's not his traditional lane. But he can write raps like crazy. I just think he doesn't perform them with the same charisma and cadence that he puts into his singing. Having said that, in more recent times, I've heard more polished versions of Ed Sheeran rapping. But Youngblood actually does both really well and executes them well. And the thing is, he doesn't sound like a carbon copy of an American singer neither. He sounds like he's from where he's from. And that's what we want, man. Like, there's no rapper out in Brooklyn trying to sound like somebody from South London, because that's just not being genuine. That's not being yourself. The same way I just want, you know, like artists, singers, whatever, you know, rappers, like wherever you're from, give a little bit of where you're from into your music. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Hope for the Underrated Youth. I actually reacted to this. What a coincidence. You can go check that out. Anyway, check out my Youngblood playlist, man, to bring it back to the song I just reacted to. That was crazy, man, because that was a very personal narrative. And I know it was done in a very quirky, kind of animated way, but I think he wanted to have fun with getting a real message across. Kind of take the sting away from the fact that this is a real issue I'm about to talk about, but let's have some fun while I talk about it. It's good to see he doesn't take himself too seriously, too. Youngblood, I appreciate you. I love you. We need an artist like that during times like these, you know? Anyway, man, I gotta get out of here. I'm back to Reactor. I'm gonna go back into my trash compactor. I just did another reaction for your satisfaction. I hope you're staying healthy, because healthy is wealthy. And I just took a selfie, mentally. I don't even know why I said that. Anyway, I'm gone before I say too much or too little. I don't know which one I'm more mad at. I'm gone.